So I finally made it through the, 10-hour video online conference discussing basically a bunch of Protestants talking about Eastern Orthodoxy. It's weird to me that people are complaining that it's too long. I understand there's different degrees of YouTube videos, like there's 15-minute videos, half-hour videos, 3-hour videos, and then there's 10-hour videos. But as a member of the Church of Christ, this would be no different than like watching a lectureship on streaming, like an entire day of speakers, because a lot of our lectureships are like simulcast online. Like you can, the Freed Hardman lectureships, I think sometimes they are like live, transmitted online. This is just an entirely online conference, an entirely online, similar to like what we would call a lectureship. And it got me and some other YouTubers that are members of the Church of Christ thinking about the possibilities of this. Not making long videos arguing against Eastern Orthodoxy specifically, but for those of us that have an online ministry, imagine, certain days picked out for lectureships, those sorts of things. Like imagine all the topics, imagine all sorts of things we could, do. Now about this video itself. The weakness of this sort of thing is a lot of the speakers or a lot of the arguments that people are using might not be on the same level. It's a lot of fact checking to do. Like, someone says, "Oh, this wasn't actually written until the 15th century." You're gonna have to do a lot of fact checking to like back up that argument or research that argument on your own. And in 9 hours of material or 10 hours of material, if you have like 3 or 4 bad arguments, then it's easy for someone to take those arguments, say these are completely false, and like cast a bad light on the entire thing, which is what a lot of people do with even debates today. They'll take 3 or 4 weak points and not deal with like the strengths of the arguments that were, at least weren't settled. I kind of imagine that's what Cleave to Antiquity would do. He would pick out in his, 3.5 hour video, like pick out the weak points and criticize these Protestants for these really weak arguments, ignoring like the really strong ones. But a minute and a half into the video, he's like, "I didn't watch it. Who has time to watch the whole thing?" Anytime I find a book or a YouTube video like singling out the Church of Christ and arguing against it, I make it a point of principle to read that and engage with it if there's anything even like a halfway decent argument, if you ignore like a bunch of other facts. And just the audacity to say, I'm not watching this video that has, former members of the Orthodox Church and all these people. Well, I don't even know who Eli is. Especially when some of the criticisms are a cult mentality, and then you're refusing to watch content that's critical of your church or your organization or your view. I mean, I don't have a dog in a fight between Protestants and Orthodox, but I still sat and watched it.